Hey everybody, Wild Man Wes here.
I'm Rebecca.
And welcome to day 22 of What's Your Poison's 24 Beers of Christmas. We are finally down to the final three, folks, and it's time to open this up.
I'm excited.
Alright, ooh. So from Microphone Brewing in Elk Grove Village, we have Spruce World, WRLD, World. It is a dry hopped pale ale.
I am less excited.
With spruce tips. So we've had some beers on this series with spruce tips, and so far, not too bad. Now I know that Becca here is not a fan of pale ales, but she said that she would try it. It's a 5.5%.
I will try it.
It is a little bit lighter than some of the other IPAs that have been on this series here.
And a small one. Yay.
Just a small. Just a small.
Just a whittle one.
Alright, this is very, very hazy so far. And oh, I'm smelling that spruce already.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. It's hazy.
Bubbly.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
This head consistency, I poured mine second, so yours dissipated fast. But there's quite a lot of carbonation in here. Very cloudy yellow, so alright, here we go. Oh, whoa!
Ooh.
Man,
Nope.
that is spruce tea. That is
I think I just
spruce
ate a
tea.
pine tree.
Yep. Yep. I mean, it's,
Ooh.
the other beers during this series with the spruce was very subtle. This one, Microphone just puts it right in your face and says, have spruce tip. Just the tip. I mean, this is very earthy. Yeah, very piney. I like this one. Her grade for the IPAs are going to be inconclusive.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, I figure since she's already admitted she doesn't like IPAs, so...
But I also just feel like I drank a pine tree.
Well, hey.
But that's okay. To each their own. It's not my thing, and that's okay.
Though her grade might be inconclusive due to the fact she's not an IPA fan, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna say nice. I mean, it is very, very piney, very sprucey, but it's very well balanced. I mean, it's not like hitting you to the point where your mouth is completely dry. I mean, my mouth is actually salivating to the point where I'd have another sip. And while I'm having that other sip, you sit back and wait until we have our second half of today's episode with a movie review. Stick around. Alrighty, folks, time for the movie portion of today's episode. So, recently we did what was considered a dark comedy / melodrama with El Camino Christmas. We thought it'd be decent to try another one out, and, well, it was interesting to say the least. Today we're going to be talking about 2013's All Is Bright. This movie is about a French-Canadian man who is released from prison after doing some con work, and when he gets back home, his now estranged wife wants nothing to do with him, is falling in love with a guy that let him go to prison for a botched, pretty much, scheme, and he doesn't, basically his daughter doesn't even know he's alive. She's been told that he's dead, that he died of some form of cancer. And yeah, when he goes to find the man that he used to work with, he finds out that he's turned a new leaf. He's going around and around to the States to sell Christmas trees. So they team up and go down to New York where they're selling Christmas trees out in the middle of pretty much nowhere. Within everything, he starts learning about trees to help sell better, and he meets this woman who's a maid for a dentist, and he starts kind of stealing things from them. Eventually they form a bond. It gets back and forth of will they, won't they, and eventually he wants to do one last scheme because his daughter is big on music, and there's a big grand piano in the dentist's house, and he and his partner steal the piano, and they get back to Canada safe, and that's pretty much the movie. So yeah, now it's time to talk about what we like and we don't like. I'll start off. I mean, what I like about the film, the only really thing that I like about this film is just the main stars is Paul Giamatti and Paul Rudd. I mean, their timing is very, it's on point. It really is. I'm used to them being more slapstick comedy, even though Paul Giamatti has done a lot of work that is serious at times, but he does know how to turn the awkward humor, or you watch a movie and you see something happening that is supposed to be funny, but you don't necessarily laugh at the screen, you kind of nervously chuckle. It gets awkward, it gets weird. That's the best way I could describe it. I mean, Paul Rudd just playing a bumbling idiot. I mean, it works. It just works because, I mean, hey, I love Paul Rudd. I'm just gonna say that.
That's fair. I love Paul Rudd too. I actually did not enjoy this movie. I will say I was expecting more of like a haha funny comedy, especially like I don't know Giovanni as much, but Paul Rudd, I was expecting like, I think the first thing I ever saw Paul Rudd in was 40-Year-Old Virgin. No, not 40-Year-Old Virgin. That's not it. Knocked Up. Knocked Up. That was the first time I met Paul Rudd, was Knocked Up. And then when you watch like This Is 40, that's more of the type of humor that I was expecting. I was not expecting this to be as much of a drama. However, drama is one of my favorite categories. So I actually really enjoyed this. I think they pulled it off very well. I think their acting was on point. The storyline, it could have been better in some places. I think it was a little harsh with the, well, I told our daughter you're dead. That was harsh.
Yeah, no, I mean, the story in general, I mean, as you mentioned, yeah, that was bugging me a lot, not to mention the fact that the so-called, partner or friend is now going to ask his ex-wife to marry him, even though he's just dealing with a divorce himself. And he decides once his ex-wife finalizes the divorce, he goes on a bender. He starts drinking.
Well, it's because he wanted the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
He wanted the wife, but he couldn't because he was married.
And at that point, even though this is considered a dark comedy, that whole moment, it wasn't even just like, haha, this is...
It was
it became very just, not even dark, it was just sad. It was sad. And I was just, yeah, because...
And not even like the heart-wrenching sad, it was just kind of like...
The description of the movie legit said a dark comedy, and I'm just like, okay, we're gonna see some oof humor, but we barely did. I mean, I think the only times that it actually happened was when they're sitting there cursing each other out. And even then, it was during those moments where things got real, and it was just, and maybe that's what they were trying to do, but it just...
See, and I think that played well.
Okay.
Like the humor, I think, was more, I do agree that it was more dark comedy.
It just felt like they tried too hard almost. Where at first, I mean, with dark comedy, you just feel like awkward and just kind of like, it's like that nervous laugh of, oh wow, this is a. But eventually,
laughing.
No, but there are moments where it's just like you feel your heart breaking, and it's just like.
And that's where the drama part of it came.
Well, oh yeah, well that's fair. I was just more talking about dark comedy where it was just like.
That's fair. It was not as funny as I was expecting.
Me either.
I actually did like this movie.
No, I liked it too. It was just, but the ending bothered me a bit, and I'm not gonna. You watch it yourself.
You watch it. You decide.
I'm not spoiling that one because you can be the judge at the end of that one. But now it's time to grade this because I feel like we're just row the boat right now. For me, I'm gonna say solid B.
I was gonna go with an A.
Okay. It's just, for me, like, my attention span started to really drain. And this was during a night when we weren't actually reviewing beers. So, I mean, I was sober as a judge, which, I mean, when it comes to reviewing movies, That's very few and far between.
See, and I had the opposite. It actually drew me in.
I guess we're a lot
Guess
more
you guys
different.
are gonna have to watch it and let us know what you think. Did it draw you in, or did you kind of go,
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we hope you enjoyed our beer review and movie review of All Is Bright. If you've had the beer and seen the movie and agree, you can leave a thumbs up. If not, you can leave a thumbs down. Other than that, make sure to share on social media, push that little red button, ring the bell for instant notifications. Check out my boy Hefe and Beard Wizard Man on their respective platforms on YouTube here with their beer-related content. And other than that, I'm Wildman Wes.
I'm Rebecca.
And we'll see you tomorrow for day 23 of What's Your Poison's 24 Beers of Christmas and a Movie. Getting real close, folks.
Almost present time.
See you soon.